somewhere secret, right? And that's something as well that I've learned with working with chess. Like the teams and seconds for the World Chess Championship matches is just something people speculate about. It's like, oh, I saw a picture of this person here or this player here. Is he in Team Gukesh? What's happening? And there's so much secrecy and so many people trying to investigate and find out who is in the teams. Why all the secrecy?
I have an example from Magnus's first match in 2013, where we brought on Pavel Elyanov of Ukraine, and he was a big expert in the Caro-Kann defense. And Magnus wanted to use the Caro-Kann in his first black game, where he knocked over the pawn, and he played an unusual move for him. But it was a big success. Anand didn't play the most challenging variation in response, and Magnus managed an easy draw. And had Team Anand already known beforehand that Elyanov was part of our team, they could be like, ooh, Elyanov, he's pretty good in the Caro-Kann. Maybe this is an area we should investigate based on Magnus having him involved. And so certain players have certain specialties, and you don't want those specialties to be revealed because that might be the reason you brought them in to begin with.
Well, and then comes the question, Ludwig. Who do you predict right now are in Team Gukesh and Team Ding?
I think with Ding, it doesn't feel like he necessarily has an established team. Obviously, he had a team for the previous match, right? So the obvious thing is maybe just to use the same guys. Rickard Rapport was a major player in that team. And frankly, it's kind of unusual to have a top 10 player as one of your opening helpers, because often those guys are gonna want to they want to be the main character.
Yeah, they dream of also
themselves.
becoming world chess champion at some point.
Yeah, and now with Magnus out of the picture, people's hopes are more realistic than ever.
True.
And I mean, it's up to Ding whether he felt that worked or whether he needs a change. But it is interesting that Rapport, a Hungarian, was chosen. Someone where the common language is going to be English, which Ding is not bad at English, but he's not the greatest either. So that's interesting that he chose outside of China, and whether he continues in that vein.
Yeah.
For Gukesh, I believe his main helper is Grzegorz Gajewski of Poland. And that's an interesting story because Gajewski was the second of the Polish number one player before Duda, who was Radek Wojtaszek.
Yeah.
And Wojtaszek was the second to Vichy Anand.
Oh.
So it all comes back full circle. And Gajewski did such a good job for Wojtaszek that Anand was like, oh, these are some great ideas you have. And Wojtaszek is like, yes, I have this guy Gajewski helping me out. And then Gajewski was brought into Anand's team and actually became one of the most important confidants of Anand. And now, you know, he moved on. Anand is not playing as much anymore. Gajewski still needs a job. And he stuck with the Indian chess scene. There's so many talented Indians. There, for instance, Pragnananda, Erigaisi, and Gukesh.
Yeah.
And they are all tremendously good. They're all kind of different in their style. And how do you choose which one you want to work with? And he picked the winning horse.
Yeah.
But maybe Gajewski is the reason Gukesh became the winning horse. So like you can say that, oh yeah, he made a great choice that he managed to work with the guy who became the challenger, but maybe also Gajewski gave Gukesh that little extra.
But speaking of the young Indians, I really got the sense from the Olympiad where India took gold that the team spirit was amazing for Team India. Do you think maybe those other young players are helping Gukesh, Aragaisi, now world number 2, Vidit, Prag? Any chance?
I think they could be, but it wouldn't be just out of the goodness of their hearts.
Uh-huh.
I think all of those players mentioned have realistic chances of becoming world champion themselves one day. And so you don't necessarily want to help your competitor then, but at the same time, you may feel like that there's a benefit to being involved in the high stakes of a world championship match before you yourself maybe end up as one of the players
Ooh.
in the future. So I could see some of the Indians working together, even though they are kind of competitors as well as colleagues and teammates. But it would then be not just because they want to see Gukesh be the world champion, but because they feel that the experience from working in a world championship match will be valuable for them should they qualify in the future.